I got into the markets, crypto market, the stock market, back in 2020 when everything was going crazy and you didn't have to have previous knowledge or any knowledge at all to make money in the markets. That led me to dump literally all my safety funds, the whole $20,000 that I had for university. I dumped it into the market. The other stimulus checks that I'd be getting from the government for my hours being cut, I dumped it all into crypto. And so I was exposed to about, I want to say $40,000 at the age of 18 in the market. At the age of 19 in the market, I saw these investments turn from $40,000 into basically doubling and having nearly $80,000 to my name at the age of 19. Almost six figures. Obviously, at the time, I thought everything was going to keep riding up. I thought there was no limit to the market. I did not understand cycles. I did not understand monetary policy. I did not understand the whole cryptocurrency market and how it moves, how it plays. The narratives such as Bitcoin ETFs coming, El Salvador putting it as a reserve currency, other nations following suit, and just the whole Bitcoin narrative, how it was getting pumped and talked about on every news outlet. And everybody knew about Bitcoin. And to me, I thought there was unlimited potential. I thought I got in way early and I'm going to be making a shit ton of money. I had zero plan. I had no strategy whatsoever. And I just got into the markets like anyone else. Now, obviously, in 2022, I got wrecked. I saw my investments nearly hitting six figures and dropping all the way back down to break even and even in the red. I had great buys and I still went in the red. I did not understand the powers of bear markets. I did not know what bear markets were. I learned everything the hard way, not by watching videos, not by learning through others, but learning by myself. And to me, that was the best lesson. I'm grateful for the losses. It turned me into the man I am today, but it did have a huge toll on me. So I started dumping and investing into cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Cardano, all those major coins, right? I did not know about meme coins. I see Doge pump. I learned about meme coins. I go on to PooCoin, which is the Binance chain, meme coins, and I put in $1,000 there, turned it into like $4,000 or $5,000 in the span of like 2-3 weeks. To me, that's a lot of money at that age, right? I saw the potential and I ended up pulling out my initial as well as half the profit and I rolled the rest to zero. Learned from that, moved on. Then I got into leverage trading. Leverage trading with cryptocurrency killed me. It made me go through multiple sleepless nights, a lot of, not panic attacks, but a lot of stress attacks, a lot of losing money, a lot of lessons learned, and only a few people can make it with leverage trading. I wasn't one of them, unfortunately, and I learned that the hard way. Lost a lot of money investing, lost money in meme coins, lost money in leverage trading. So then I got to the drawing board. I started studying the cycles of Bitcoin, how cryptocurrency works, everything about it. I told myself that the next bull run, I'm going to be very ready to deploy all my capital and make generational wealth, right? So the time comes. It's Q4 2023. Crypto has been basically bottomed for almost a year now since the bear market bottom in October 2022. I didn't know that. Even through all the lessons and the studying of cycles and everything, I was still too much of a pussy to buy at the bottom. I was scared. I thought it might have lost its value and nobody wants to touch it ever again, right? But obviously, you want to buy when everyone's fearful and sell when everyone's greedy. Another lesson learned. I did not time the bottom, which is completely fine, but I did buy a little bit higher. Now, I was also ahead of the crowd. I was buying when Bitcoin was around 25 to $30,000 USD. The bear market bottom was obviously at $16,000, but altcoins had performed much better through that span, and I missed that run. So in Q4 2023, I started deploying all my capital. Every single paycheck, I'm dropping into the markets. Throughout 2024, I've dollar cost averaged through the whole cycle. Every single dip, I'm buying into the markets where I'm basically exposed to almost six figures now, which is basically all my cash, which doesn't include my house or my investing account, right? So all my cash is in crypto. Some people might call me a gambler. Some people might call me degenerate, but I learned from my mistakes and learned from previous cycles. Now, we're at the catalyst. We've just had the presidential election. We're now in 2025 Q1, which historically should lead to the best returns, Bitcoin dominance dropping, and us finally having the alt season that changed lives, right? The cycle top should be between March and May. Sometime between then, I'll finally be cashing out and I'll be the most stress-free man on this planet. Finally seeing my almost 2 years of deploying money and seeing a return on investment. Cryptocurrency is a game that not a lot of people understand. You have to do a lot of studying, not to see which coin you put in, because in the bull market, whichever coin you put money in will return you multiples. That's not anything to debate, not anything to argue. The tough part about cryptocurrency is to time when to put in your money and to time when to exit from the markets. In the most euphoric times where you think everything will just keep running up forever and everybody's making money, you have to have the balls to pull out of the market and understand that you can't time the actual top, but you can make an exec, but you can make an, ed- you can make it, but you can make an educated decision on where you think sentiment is very high. Bitcoin is near a local top. Altcoins should be topping anytime soon. And you make the decision to pull out your investment. That's going to be the toughest part for me. And cryptocurrency has brought me through a lot of ups and downs, but I'm very grateful for the things it taught me. Patience. That's one thing I didn't have. That's one thing I did not have growing up. I was never a patient kid. I would always want everything now. I wanted a PS3 at the time. I wanted it now. I couldn't wait for Christmas. Same thing with the Wii, the DS. If there's any game I wanted, all those kinds of things. I was never someone that's patient. And the markets taught me that the hard way. I lost a lot of money and it taught me patience. And I'm a very patient man today, thanks to the markets. Another thing it taught me is discipline. Obviously, me pouring in my entire paychecks into cryptocurrency, some people might think that's stupid, but that's the educated guess and gamble, if you want to call it, that I'm making, calling for history to repeat itself and the cryptocurrency markets to go crazy. Now, the narratives for this bull run are Bitcoin ETFs getting a lot of money inflows from BlackRock mostly, Larry Fink buying everything, to Trump being very pro crypto and making it strategic reserve for the USA. Other countries will probably follow. And Bitcoin is being used in country to country trades. It is actually being used as a currency all over the world, and it has become mainstream. Dollar cost averaging throughout 2024 was not easy. There was a lot of times that I doubted that the cycle top might have already happened and had no conviction into adding it to some of my bags, but it's the mentality thing that it's very tough to add money into investments that just keep dipping. For example, Injective is one of my biggest bags, and it did not perform well in 2024. It kept dipping, and I kept buying the dip, and I still am buying the dip, hoping that the studying I did on that coin and the conviction I have will pay off. But I've lost six figures in cryptocurrency throughout the last 5 years that I have been into it. I saw my investments double back in 2020, where at that time, not that it was life-changing money, but obviously it's a lot of money and probably more money that I've made in a single year at the time. So the logical thing would be to pull it out. I did not do that. I lost probably $20,000 like that. Another, let's say $5,000 in meme coins, another like $5,000 leverage trading. Then I go on to this cycle. I see my portfolio pumping from, I think at the time I was 40K deep, touching six figures, then coming all back down to break even and even going red to 30K. Kept adding and adding, reached 60K into the portfolio from my initial investment, saw it ride back up to like 120K, still did not pull out because we're not in alt season, right? I don't want to be timing I don't want to be timing bottoms and tops. That's not how you win in cryptocurrency. I saw, although if I obviously sold the top and the bottom, I would be probably a millionaire by now, but that's not the game I want to be playing and gambling like that. I want to be riding them throughout the whole cycle and try to cash out at the top. I think that's the safest way to make money in cryptocurrency, right? So I see my bag going from $120,000 back down to basically break even. Then I kept pouring into the markets. I think I'm about 80K deep in my cryptocurrency portfolio from my initial money. It is now almost back to six figures and should reach a quarter mil, if not a third of a mil, by the end of alt season, if it goes as crazy as I think it will. So the difficult part and the most challenging part is obviously dollar cost averaging into stuff that just keep going down. You see 10, 20, 30% candles in one day of just shooting down, and 99% of people don't have the balls to buy that. You think it's going to zero. But the thing is, with cryptocurrency, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know the volatility that comes with the markets, and you have to be comfortable with that risk. The risk of losing it all. Obviously, it would hurt me if I lost all my investment, but it would not tear me to pieces. I have a lot of cash in my house, a lot of cash in the investments account. So it would hurt me financially and would hurt me, but it would not tear me to pieces. I can make it all back, right? So, am I addicted to cryptocurrency? Am I addicted to the markets? Yes, in a way. I'm addicted to the potential and the amount of money that I see people making. If I had given up at the time, back in 2022, I would not have seen the record year I had last year, making over $300,000 myself. The results I'm seeing now have been with all the downs that I've had in the markets. The most important thing is to learn from those, right? So all I'm saying is, sure, you can call me addicted. Yes, I do have an addiction to the markets. I look at them every like 30 minutes at least, even if it's at night. I open my phone on TradingView and I look at Bitcoin and futures. It has become part of my life, and it's something that's going to stick by me for the rest of my life. The challenging parts come with the game. I'm happy with those, and I know yes, my addiction to the markets are pretty bad, but I hope some of you guys can relate with what I'm saying, and I'm not the only one that's been through this whole journey. Now that I'm successful in cryptocurrency and the stock market, I even created a Discord community with like-minded individuals, which we have over 100 active members in the Discord. If you guys want to join and take any of my trades, link is in the description below. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you like this content, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.